So here's my final item in 10 faves. Also from Debbie Meyer. Also a big customer pick on hsn.com. 602 reviews out of perfect 5 stars, 4.7 stars. What is it? A sponge. And you're saying, you may be saying to me, Helen, wait a minute, who cares about a sponge? I can get a sponge at the grocery store. What's so great about it, the Genius Sponge? This sponge has antimicrobial properties on the front and the scrubby side. So if you've got that moldy, bacteria-filled, smelly sponge that you need to throw away and haven't thrown it away, I want you to throw it away, and I'm gonna send you a dozen of the Genius sponges for $18.95. This is a dramatization of the mold and the bacteria living in your sponge. It is the dirtiest place in your kitchen, is your regular cellulose sponge. Now, the Debbie Meyer Genius Sponge actually inhibits the growth of mold and bacteria. How about that? I think it's crazy. So every time you use this sponge, it's like you have a brand new sponge. You know when you get the sponge home and you open it right out of the package and you put it down, you're like, oh, I got my brand new sponge. I'm gonna wash all my dishes out by hand. Everything's gonna be great. That's the experience you're gonna have every single time, and you're getting a dozen of these for $18.95. We're even gonna pay for the shipping. Free shipping and handling today. How about some extra flex payments? $9.48. This is not like your old sponge, which is a harbinger of mold and bacteria. This has the special natural ingredients. By the way, they're natural ingredients. It's not chemicals. These are natural ingredients that inhibit the growth of mold and bacteria on the scrubby side and the Debbie Meyer Genius Sponge front side. I'd love to read some of the reviews. Again, 602 reviews on hsn.com. Big customer pick. I'm gonna tell you, I ordered these. I ordered these so that I made sure I had them because I know that they're gonna sell out today. I love these. They last a long time. I put them in the dishwasher to clean and no odor. That no odor thing's a really big deal. By the way, perfect 5-star review. I want you to go to your kitchen and smell your gross sponge. I know, maybe not the funnest thing you're gonna do today. But some people in this set are not too happy about that job I just gave you. How about another 5-star review? The best of the best. I never thought a sponge could be so fantastic. They are everything they say they are. I think that's kind of funny because how do you get that excited about a sponge? Well, it's one of those little things where you're gonna save money because for what you're gonna pay to keep replacing that dirty, moldy, cellulose sponge, you're gonna get the Debbie Meyer Genius Sponge with the scrubber, and it is not going to have all those gross mold and bacteria, and it's not gonna be smelly and gross. It is going to be fantastic. Carrie McNally's taking my picture. 347509. I can't speak and be photographed at the same time. It's not in my contract. Okay, so customer pick on hsn.com, and you get a dozen of those. And I'll tell you, I know you watch me here a lot on HSN, and I'm not the host that says I buy everything that I sell, because I don't. Who could afford to? We have millions of things. I bought this before the show because I went in my kitchen and I looked at the sponge and it did kind of look gross and it did smell, and I did say, you know what, I'm gonna throw it away. And then, you know, it's also the kind of thing where I gotta remember to get a new sponge for the kitchen. You know, it's one of those things like, oh, if you don't remember, but look how great. First of all, I love the green color. I love that it's got Debbie Meyer Genius Sponge right there to remind you that it has natural. Now remember, this isn't chemical, this is a natural ingredient that's going to inhibit the growth of the mold and also the bacteria. Free shipping and handling, $9.48. Even if you just got one sponge, it would last and last. You're getting a dozen of these. You can give one to your sister, your neighbor, your best friend. It is really great. And it's also shown in independent lab tests to inhibit the growth of bacteria and mold on the sponge itself. Reduce potential for harboring and transferring bacterium and mold. Shown to be effective against staph, E. coli, salmonella, and black mold. I know that's not sexy, but this is a great sponge. It also has the added scrubber surface, perfect for, you know, grime, grease, stuck on stains when, you know, when you're washing your dishes, but you don't have to worry about, okay, this is gonna wreck the sponge. Have you ever had like a big cleanup project and you think, well, that's the end of that sponge, gotta chuck that sponge out. This is not that sponge. And we give you a dozen of them, a dozen. By the way, we have a hold going on here on 10 faves. You can use express automated ordering. You can also go to hsn.com and put in 347509. That's the item number for the Debbie Meyer Genius Sponge with the scrubber. And again, you're getting a dozen of them. You're getting all 12. You're not getting one sponge. You're getting a dozen sponges, and they're two-sided sponge. So even if I said you're getting a dozen regular sponges, it'd be a great deal for $18.95. But when I tell you that this absorbent sponge with the scrubby side and the front side has something natural in it that is going to do all the things that I told you about, inhibiting the growth of staph, E. coli, salmonella, and black mold, it's going to help to last 15 times longer than a comparable cellulose sponge and hold 40% more water, retains 22 times its weight in water. Perfect for your countertop, your table, your placemat, your high chair, you know, dishes, glassware, cutlery. You're gonna use it everywhere. You know, maybe cleaning that outdoor furniture, you know, spring cleaning. You can have one, you know, for, you know, maybe wash your car. I mean, this is really the sponge for all, of all sponges. And it is something that we're really super excited to have exclusively here at HSN. At this price too. So again, this is not a sponge where we're saying things. These are independent laboratory corroboration, really great sponge. Full presentation's not gonna be till 5 p.m. tonight. That's when Debbie Meyer is going to be here.